to my channel Conceptual Medico. As promised, I have come up with the topic brachial plexus. This is really important topic regarding our exam point of view. So now those who haven't watched my video on upper limb muscle, please have a look at my channel. So let's start with the topic. As we all know, spinal cord is made up of nerve roots, and these nerve roots comes out from the front and back in both sides. The ones coming from the front are ventral, and the ones coming from the back are dorsal. So these nerve root makes branches which is supplied to the muscles of the body. Now there are some networks of nerve formed at different levels of the spinal cord, and one of these networks is the brachial plexus. Now, brachial plexus. What do we mean by the word plexus? Plexus means network of nerves. So, brachial plexus is a somatic nerve plexus or somatic network of nerves, and brachial plexus is formed by the intercommunication among the ventral roots of lower four cervical nerves C5, C6, C7, and C8, and T1. It sends signals from the spinal cord to the shoulder, arm, and hand and chest. Sensory and motor innervation of the upper limb is supplied by the brachial plexus. Brachial plexus is made up of 5 parts: R, T, D, C, and B. So R stands for roots, T for trunk, D for division, C for cords, and B for branches. Now roots. There are 5 roots which forms the brachial plexus: C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. Now out of these 5 roots, we have C4 and T2. Now sometimes the origin of the plexus may shift by one segment either upwards or one segment downwards. And if it is shifted upwards, then we call it prefixed, and if it is shifted downwards, then we call it postfixed. Now what is the prefixed? Prefixed is, here in the prefix, the contribution of the C4 is larger, but T2 is absent often. But the postfix is, at the postfix, the T1 is large and T2 is always present, but C4 is absent and C5 is less. Okay, so this is just a note. Okay, but mainly we need to know about the roots and then the trunks, division, cords, and branches in brachial plexus. So mainly there are 5 roots: C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. And these 5 roots, they joins to form the trunk. And there are 3 trunks: upper, middle, and lower trunk. So the 5 roots, they will come down and they will make 3 trunks. To make 3 trunks, they have to join. So here the upper trunk is made up of C5 and C6. That is, C5 and C6 root, they both join together and they form the lower trunk down. But the C7, it will alone give rise to the middle trunk. And C8 and T1, again they will join together and they will form the lower trunk. The 5 roots C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. These 5 roots should give 3 trunks. For giving 3 trunks, they need to join together. So the upper trunk is made up of C5 and C6. That is, C5 and C6 joins to form the upper trunk. And C8 and T1, they also joins to form the lower trunk, and the C7 alone will form the middle trunk. Now again, each trunk is divided into 2 divisions. That is, the upper trunk has 2 divisions, middle trunk also has 2 divisions, and the lower trunk, it also has 2 divisions. So what are the divisions? Upper trunk has the anterior division and the posterior division, or we can say that the ventral division and dorsal division. Then the middle trunk will also divide into 2, ventral and dorsal. And the lower trunk, again, it will also divide into two divisions, ventral divisions and dorsal division. Now these 6 divisions will again combine to form 3 cords. Now how this combination takes place? So there are 3 cords: lateral cord, medial cord and posterior cord. So the lateral cord is formed by the ventral division of upper trunk and middle trunk. That is, the ventral division of the upper trunk and middle trunk will join together and they will give the lateral cord. Then the lower trunk, the ventral division of the lower trunk, it will give along the medial cord, and all the dorsal divisions of the upper, lower and the middle trunk will give rise to posterior cord. So the posterior cord is made up of all the dorsal divisions of upper, middle and lower trunk. And then again, these cords will give rise to branches of nerves. Now mainly there are 5 main branches of nerves. So we will come across in the next slide. Here if you can see, the 5 nerve roots has given 3 trunks, upper, middle and lower. Now these trunk has been divided in anteriorly and posteriorly, AP. Now each of this upper, middle and lower trunk has given 2 divisions, anteriorly and posteriorly. Now these 6 divisions then again give rise to 3 cords: lateral, posterior and medial. And these 3 cords will again divide into 5 main nerves. This is the schematic diagram. I have drawn a schematic diagram of brachial plexus. Just while drawing, keep in mind that C5 and C6 are connected and C8 and T1 is connected and C7 is alone. Now brachial plexus has 5 roots, which are C5, C6, C7, C8 and T1. Now these 5 roots, C5 and C6 will join together to form the upper trunk, and C7 will form the middle trunk, and C8 and T1 will form the lower trunk. Now each trunk has 2 divisions. The upper trunk has 2 ventral divisions and dorsal division. The middle trunk also has ventral divisions and dorsal divisions, and lower trunk has ventral division and dorsal division. Now these 6 divisions will combine or join together to form cords. Now lateral cord is made up of ventral division of the upper trunk and ventral division of the middle trunk, and posterior cord is made up of all the dorsal divisions of the upper, middle and lower trunk, and medial cord is made up of ventral division of the lower trunk. Okay, the lateral cord is made up of ventral division of upper and middle trunk. The medial cord is made up of ventral division of the lower trunk, and the posterior cord is made up of all the dorsal division of upper, middle and lower trunk. Now these lateral cord will give 3 branches of nerve. They are the lateral pectoral nerve, musculocutaneous nerve and lateral root of the median nerve. And medial cord will give rise to 5 nerves. Number 1 is your ulnar nerve. Then comes your musculocutaneous nerve of the forearm, cutaneous nerve of the arm, and medial root of the median nerve, okay. The medial cord will give rise to five nerves, that is ulnar nerve, medial root of the median nerve, then cutaneous nerve of the arm, cutaneous nerve of the forearm, and pectoral nerve. These are five, and then one is number four is ulnar, number five is median nerve. Then again, the posterior cord will give rise to five nerves. They are: number one, axillary nerve; number two, radial nerve; number three is lower lower subscapular nerve; number four is upper subscapular nerve; and nerve to latissimus dorsi. The branches of the posterior cord is upper subscapular, nerve to the latissimus dorsi, then lower subscapular, axillary nerve, and radial nerve. Once again, if we revise it, the okay, one more thing, there are some nerves which directly arise from the roots or the trunks or the cords. So they are the long thoracic nerve. Now these long thoracic nerve, its nerve root is C5, C6, and C7. Long thoracic nerve will arise from C5, C6, and C7 directly from the roots, and dorsal scapular nerve will arise from the C5 root, and the phrenic nerve will arise from the C5 root. Here, the suprascapular nerve will arise directly from the upper trunk, and nerve to the subclavius will arise directly from the upper trunk. Now, the muscle supply of the nerve, I will discuss it in the next slide, but please check my video on upper limb muscle, which I have posted 2 days back. Okay, and so thank you, and like, share, and subscribe my channel, and share this video with your friends. Bye.